What's going on, everyone? So that Phoenix Suns game was an ugly win. But guess what? It was still a win. I will take it. But one of the things that we saw in that Phoenix Suns game that has me very excited is that fourth quarter and the defense that we brought in that fourth quarter. A big issue the first 3 quarters of that game was our lack of intensity, us getting rebounds, right? I mean, we did clean it up a little bit before the fourth, but right early on, I mean, Phoenix was torching us, just out hustling us, just outplaying us, right? Just hitting open shots. Like Lakers were just looked uninterested, right? Unengaged. They looked like a team that was like, they don't have Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. We're just going to coast this game. And Phoenix came out and decided to punch them in the mouth, and it became a battle, right? One that maybe shouldn't have happened. But then you saw the Lakers really turn it on, right? We got some heroics from LeBron on the offensive side, but defensively, I mean, we were getting after it, right? Defensively, we were great. I mean, we held them to 11 points in that fourth quarter, right? I mean, look, they still had Kevin Durant. I understand they didn't have Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, but to hold this Phoenix team to 11 points, they had like 3 points till like the 4-minute mark or 5-minute mark or something like that of the fourth quarter. I mean, we clamped. Now, some of it was just the Phoenix Suns missing shots, right? Like Kevin Durant kind of got worn down and was tired by the fourth quarter. So, a lot of his shots just weren't falling the way that you'd expect. But still, a lot of it was also just the Lakers defensively. Christian Wood, I mean, the Durant stopper, right? No, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But in all seriousness, he was fantastic on Kevin Durant, right? You're never going to stop Kevin Durant. But his size, his length, his physicality was very vital, very important. And the defense that we showed in that fourth quarter is the defense that I fully believe we can do for an entirety of a game and will be the number one defense in the league. Like, I undoubtedly believe the Lakers will be number one, if at worst top 3 to 5 defense in the league. And we have shown that. We have shown that ability. Against Phoenix, we were able to lock it down when need be. Now, I don't like the idea of like just flipping the switch, because I think the Lakers can be that good, but even if you are that good, you still you're not going to beat Kevin Durant on the Warriors, where it's like we can just kind of coast for 3 quarters and we're down 30. Sorry, that wasn't enough. Guess you're going to lose this game, right? Like, the Lakers aren't that good. But even if they were, you don't want to be in that habit. You don't want to develop those habits. You want to play 4 quarters, because there are 4 quarters. There's good quarters and there are bad quarters, without a doubt. But the defense and the intensity shouldn't be let up. That should be something that you can easily maintain. Even if your shot's not falling, your energy and your effort can still impact the game on a multitude of levels. Christian Wood, I thought defensively was fantastic, and I need to see this continue. A lot of people gave Christian Wood slack. A lot of people kind of ran with the silly narrative because they heard their brother, cousins, nephew, uncle tell them that Christian Wood wasn't good defensively, when I've preached the entire offseason that is not the case. I did an entire video and breakdown basically explaining all of Christian Wood's defensive stats and metrics, stuff like that, and he has backed me up 100%, and I love it. I love it. Like, he has, everything that I've said about Wood so far has been spot on. The only thing I'm waiting on is his shot to start falling. Once his shot starts falling, watch out, because he's going to be huge for the Lakers. But it's not just Wood, right? Gabe Vincent was great also. The Lakers forced 7 turnovers in that fourth quarter. Gabe Vincent was responsible for like half of those. He was on it on the defense side, picked up that intensity, right? And Darvin Ham loves the Gabe Vincent type guys, right? That point of attack guard. Think of like Drew Holiday. That's what he did with Dennis Schroeder. I know a lot of people wish that it was Dennis Schroeder over Gabe Vincent. I still like Gabe Vincent, right? His shot isn't falling right now, but once it does, I think a lot of people are going to like Gabe Vincent more than Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder gives you a a lot of things that Gabe Vincent doesn't, but Gabe Vincent also gives you a lot of things that Schroeder doesn't. And I also think Gabe Vincent, one, is more consistent on a regular basis. And two, I think Gabe Vincent is a better fit naturally than Dennis Schroeder was, right? Neither are really a great playmaker. Both can be point of attack guards. Both are a little undersized, but Dennis Schroeder has the speed and just like motor that is just resilient, right? You're just like, dude, this guy he's the energizer bunny, right? He just keeps getting after it. You can push the pace more. Also, Dennis Schroeder is really good at being crafty and getting to the basket because he's so quick and explosive. He can get to the basket and draw contact, which gets him to the free throw line. So like when they needed to kind of manufacture points, Dennis Schroeder was able to do that, where Gabe Vincent doesn't really do that as well. But Gabe Vincent's also the better shooter. I know he hasn't really shown it through the first two games, but again, that should start coming around. He gives you the shooting. He gives you, a similar level of defense, not the speed and quickness, but he still gives you that level of defense, and he's better off the ball than Dennis Schroeder is, which makes more sense with LeBron James, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, who they're going to be on the ball more than anyone else. So I like Gabe Vincent. He was great defensively. Cam Reddish has been phenomenal, right? Look, I know you look at what Kevin Durant did and you might think like, oh, well, Cam Reddish wasn't that good. No, Cam Reddish was fantastic defensively on Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was just Kevin Durant. Like literally, Kevin Durant was just doing what Kevin Durant is able and capable of doing and has done his entire career, and is why he's, a top 15 player or whatever, wherever you want to put him, top 17 player all time. And arguably one of, if not the greatest scorers, like just pure bucket getters ever. Cam Reddish was being physical, was getting in front of him, was staying on top. Like he was doing everything, staying in front of him, challenging, putting hands in his face, doing everything he could, throwing his sneaker at the guy, like whatever he could. He was doing it. And Kevin Durant was just hitting shots, and he was hitting some tough shots, right? But Cam Reddish has been fantastic defensively. He was doing a great job on Jamal Murray, right? That's one of the reasons why he's played over a Max Christie. I know a lot of people want to see Max Christie play. I actually think Cam Reddish has made more sense these first two games. Once Jared Vanderbilt comes back, maybe you'll see a little more Max Christie. But right now, without Jared Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, you need him. You need that young, explosive, quick, sizable, just perimeter defensive wing that gives you Cam Reddish, right? It's like Jared Vanderbilt's out, Cam Reddish can kind of fill that void, right? He's not Jared Vanderbilt level, but he's not bad at all. I mean, he's been excellent. And he's really been locked in, focused, and playing hard on that end. So you have just all these guys, the new guys, three of the new guys, and that's not even counting Taurean Prince and his defense, right? You look at all these guys, and then Jared Vanderbilt's coming back. And as soon as Jared Vanderbilt comes back, I think it's over. Like, I think the Lakers start running away as the number one defense in the league. I mean, obviously Anthony Davis, best defensive player in the league. You got him on the defensive end. LeBron has shown that he can be great defense. In that Phoenix game, he was really good defensively. So he's shown that he can even lock in on the defense side when need be. Now, obviously, you don't expect him to do it over the entirety of a game, but he can, to close a game or, a couple possessions down the stretch. But you start looking at what the Lakers have here. D'Lo deserves a lot of credit for his defense. He has been getting after. I've been very impressed with D'Angelo Russell defensively. He just seems committed, right? He's getting after it. He's having active hands. He's doing a great job deflecting passes and disrupting passing lanes. He's doing great at just trapping and rotating and all. Like, he's been excellent on the defensive side, right? So you start looking at all these guys and it's like, all right, like we're already have shown that we can be elite defensively. And that's without Jared Vanderbilt. What happens when Jared Vanderbilt comes back? It's just going to make us that much better. I mean, great example last season, that was without Cam Reddish and Christian Wood and Gabe Vincent and Taurean Prince. Lakers literally went from like middle of the pack defensively to number one defensively just with Jared Vanderbilt's addition. You saw his impact and his effect immediately. Anthony Davis and Jared Vanderbilt alone are good enough to make you one of the best defensive teams in the league, if not the number one defensive team in the league. And then you add in Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish, right? Like, if you wanted to go just like a defensive unit, you could do that. Right? You could go with like Taurean Prince, Jared Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis, right? Like, whatever you got to do, right? It's just, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the defense. The offense will come. I'm not really worried about the offense, but I need to see the locked-in intensity on the defensive side of the basketball, right? That is something that I need to see stay consistent and be consistent, because to me, that's inexcusable why that can't be. The energy and effort can be there. Obviously, you're going to have, quarters here and there. You're going to have missed assignment. It happens, but I need to see the consistency. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think of their defense so far? Are you pumped to see what it looks like when Jared Vanderbilt comes back? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below.